See, I would like to know how that feels. Let me ask you a question. Let's go to football right quick, bro. How does that feel to be a fan of a team? I know nothing about this. I'm gonna ask you, my brother. I'm gonna ask you, how is it to be a fan of a team that every year is gonna get 10 plus wins, go to the playoffs, a shoe in every year for the playoffs, right? Your boy Mahomes, for 6 years, he's been a starter for the Chiefs, has made it to the AFC Championship game. My brother,
every year.
I don't know what that feeling is.
It's almost that whole thing where you go where greatness gets boring. You know what I mean? It's kind of like like they were talking about it yesterday with Kevin Durant. Sometimes you just it's like almost like I expected to beat the Bills. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it was just like, no, this is what we do. We go to the AFC Championship game. Like it's not that big of a deal. So now we're kind of at the point where this Ravens game, I think it's a little bit bigger of a deal than that Buffalo game because we expected to be in the AFC Championship game.
Well, hold on, Warren. You weren't all right. Every year, you guys usually win at the crib, right?
Yeah.
Y'all had to go on the road. You wasn't worried at all playing Josh and those boys at
Bro, honestly, I thought we were going to beat them by more just because I figured Josh would turn the ball over at least once or twice.
Right.
He should have turned it over on the fumble that we should have jumped on. But yeah, I thought we were going to win by 10 plus, honestly.
Wow. Are you on this as a fan? Are you on this thing that Josh is getting beat up all over TV and stuff like that? That's his fault? Why they didn't advance though?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily his fault. But I mean, quarterback gets all the love when they win. So when you lose, like I get it. I do think that on that technically in the second half, I think they only scored what, 7 points in the second half. But he missed on a couple. I mean, he definitely missed Diggs on the crossing route trying to go deep for some reason, and then on the deep ball that he underthrew, the receiver was open. I don't know why he underthrew the pass. It was reminiscent of that Gabe Davis touchdown in the divisional round a couple years,
Yeah.
So so he definitely missed on a couple passes. So but at the end of the day, like our defense I thought was better than Buffalo's defense, the whole year. And I'm like, look, as long as we got 15, and we got this much better defense, I didn't feel like we were going to lose that game at all.
Is this a down year for you guys?
I mean, probably just because, like you said, we're on the road for the first time,
It's still going to the AFC Championship game is a down year for y'all. That's crazy.
We on the road, so it's like, I guess we'll be the underdog again. We were the underdog, -3 going into Buffalo. We'll be the underdog, probably -3.5.
Ravens, Ward. I don't got y'all beating the Ravens, Ward. I
know.
Beat the Ravens though. But I will say this: if y'all beat the Ravens, though, man, if y'all beat the Ravens, is that the Super Bowl? To say the least.
No. We don't have moral victories. We don't play. We don't. It's like I said, we expect to be in the AFC Championship, but we expect to win Super Bowls. We have Patrick Mahomes. We expect this to be a dynasty. We expect it to be him to be the next or currently the way he's performing is Brady-esque with what he's got the Chiefs doing. So so no, I don't think that this is our Super Bowl. And I think we match up well with the Niners and the Lions. I think it would be really dope considering the first game of the year was the Lions and Chiefs. And then for it to be the last game of the year, that would be super dope too. So.
Last question: the touchback. How you feel about touchbacks, man? The football, man.
What do you mean, like the rule where it fumbles out the end zone? It's an interesting rule. I think I would like to hear like what would we want that to be instead? Like what would be the alternative before I would be able to say like get rid of that rule. It sucks being penalized in that manner because nowhere else on the field are you penalized in that manner if you fumble the ball and it goes out. I mean, I think there was a situation. Yeah, there was a situation in the first half where the guy for Buffalo fumbled. Remember, Diggs fumbles like on the first play of the game, and the guy for Buffalo literally just bats the ball out of bounds, gets a penalty. But so you're looking at a guy who on purpose throws the ball out of bounds, and they get to keep the ball. Whereas but with that play call, I was pissed off at the play call in the first place. Like you're already down there. Pacheco just got you down to the 3-yard line. We don't need to be doing those shovel passes to Mecole Hardman. No offense. I rock with Mecole. Mecole pops up at the battle events. He support. You know what I mean? But like,
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he was
Oh,
on stage with Hitman and Cassidy, and when I battled Ill Will, you know, I
he
chopped it up
was,
with him.
man. Yes, he
Yep,
was. Oh man,
yep.
absolutely. Man. Wow, 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 wow. So let's go ahead, man. How does it feel to battle at home, man? That's the
Oh
first
man, it
question.
feels good, bro. It feels good, man. It's, you know, I got a lot of friends, some family, you know, and just a lot of people that have followed me for years that maybe not be like they appreciate what I do. They love my success, my journey, but maybe they're not the biggest battle rap fans, you know, so they're not gonna spend the money and stuff to fly other places to go watch events and stuff. And so it provides them an opportunity to come see what I do around the world, you know, every other week, in person. And then not only that, like there is a small, you know, battle rap community here that, you know, really enjoys battle rap that doesn't get to see
Mm,
battle rap on that level. So bringing in guys like T Top, Bad News, Dot, you know, and myself, you know, that's it's good for them to kind of be able to see, you know, what professional battle rap looks like, be able to go to those events and have something to aspire to be, but also have like be able to come in and ask questions and chop it up with Top or chop it up with Bad News, and you know, like get some insight and some advice, you know.
sir, you mentioned all those names minus Gritty. Why is that?
Well, see, the thing with Gwitty is this.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I'm not a Gwitty hater or anything. When I see Gwitty in person, I saw him there, you know, chop it up. You know, there's a level of friendship and a level of appreciation that you have for your peers.
Mhm,
But I don't ever sugarcoat like the actual like talent level of things,
mhm,
you know? Like I'm
mhm.
not gonna sit there and be like, because this is my friend, I think he's so fire or whatever, you know?
Right.
Gwitty's an entertaining guy. He's very entertaining on blogs and lives, and
Yes. Yes.
coming up with his slogans, and he's a
Yes.
hype man. He's
Uh,
hilarious, yelling in the crowd or whatever.
mhm.
But to me, it was never a match like on paper at all. Like as far as like the battle itself, it was never going to be a
Yes.
match, you know. Um,
That's not
and
harsh
then
word. That's not harsh. I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think it is. You know.
all
I don't.
right.
I mean, like I said, that's just personally from my standpoint and what I look at battle rap as
Mhm,
um. So like I never thought it was it was going to be any kind of tall task or anything like that. You know. I
mhm.
did, however, think that he would be much better than what he was um, for the battle. I
Not
thought he
at
would be
all.
more
Not at
entertaining.
all.
Yeah, I thought he would be more entertaining. But
Okay.
here's another thing that people don't understand, man.
All right.
Going last and being the main event is a different monster. Like, you have to understand, if you don't do this that often, if you can't read the crowd, and if you can't see they've been sitting here 6 hours, they've watched all these battles, what all's going
Mhm,
on, and you don't know how to grab them, entertain, project, make eye contact, all that kind of stuff. If you're just gonna
mhm.
come up there and think that you're just gonna rap your bars and they're gonna be like going crazy,
Right.
then you're missing the whole point. Being a main event artist is not just going up there rapping your bars. And
Right.
I won the coin toss. He went first. We've been there 6 hours, and it was light.
Like how like
Like,
like
like,
like
like
how
turn another lamp on in your room right now, and then
this guy is crazy. Wow.
I mean, I think he finally started getting some decent bars in his third round, but by then it was just too late.
Okay. Okay. Um, I saw clips online though that of the battle and everything like that. You were in rare form. I know somebody that was in the building that told me respectfully, Gwitty, don't kill me, all right? That you won that battle kind of clearly. How
Yeah,
do you feel over 30 to 1? How do you calling that?
no, it was a 30. It was definitely a 30. First two rounds were super super clear. I mean, not even close to debatable.
Mhm,
Um, my third round was still really, really good. My third round was a little bit shorter than my first two.
mhm.
And then his third round was just a little bit better than his first two. So I'm not even going to say that's a debatable round. I won it clearly, but if anybody wanted to like say that was the closest round, that'd be the closest round. But
Mhm.
I was just expecting a little bit more out of him. You know what I mean? And like I talked to him. I talked to him. I attacked him in ways that nobody's ever attacked him, because when you watch his battles, people just, they just go back and forth with him. And it's like, yo, I talked to him about what he is in his culture, how he raps, why he's not what he's not. You know what I mean? Like, and then I had humor. freestyles, everything. You know what I mean? Just everything I always do. And then crowd participation stuff that I didn't even post yet because, you know, I threw in some stuff just for KC, you know, because they don't get battle events, you know, some stuff that really resonates with the crowd, you know. So, but yeah, it was it definitely got dark from after the second round. I mean, it was 2-0 clear, and it was just kind of like, come on, bro, like give us something before you leave, you know.
Oh man, because you have to speak for your bars, and my bars speak for itself.
Yeah, it's a simple bar, but it's just like it's the angle of it, you know. Like it's
Yes,
the setup. It's literally like when you go back and you watch him, you know, when he reacts to his own bars, yelling out "it's nasty" or "nah nah nah." That's when people react to him because they find it funny that he has these slogans or that he's so amped about himself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like nobody else is yelling out right after the bar. They're yelling out after he does, you know? So it's just it's a specific attack on this is what you do, you know? And this is why I was never worried about what you wrote on paper.
Yo, Ward, you have a way of saying things without getting rah-rah and loud, but it calms though, sir. It calms. You don't yell, you're not cursing, you're not saying, you know. But so, all right, so let me ask you this: if you felt that way, so let me ask you, why did obviously you know they it's at the crib, they offered you Gwitty. Why did you take the battle? If I'm asking.
Well, I mean, that's the only name I got offered. I asked for B Magic. I told him like, yo, can we do B Magic instead? You know, I thought it would be dope. St. Louis, Kansas City. You know, St. Louis always supports and comes down to Kansas City. I was like, you know, I want to be Magic. But you know, I think what Jay was trying to do was, you know, the whole Bags and Bodies crew. He's trying to get a lot of the guys from his Bags and Bodies show and bring them on, you know, onto the KC, you know, card or whatever. You know, Jay was like, you know, it'll be a fun battle. I told Jay there's no such thing as fun battles with me. Like I don't do fun battles because the minute I have a fun battle, the whole world's like, oh, Ward had a debatable, light, fun battle with somebody. And then I get like, you know, basically just, yeah, that, you know, it's not like we just pop up, you know, and just have a good time type thing. Like everything is put under a microscope with me. And it's like, I have to go in here and smoke him, you know, like, you know, because if not, it's going to look terrible.
Right. Wow.
You having debatables with Gwitty? Like, I don't need to hear that. You know, I don't need to hear that.
All right. Have you seen his post game interviews afterwards?
I have not. I just read the there was a little the title. A Ward didn't apply pressure. I didn't watch the interview because I just, you know, I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, how do you feel about the title though? You didn't apply pressure though. Gwitty, let's be honest. A Ward doesn't apply pressure. Fam.
Well, here's the thing. Like, Gwitty. That's what I'm saying is Gwitty lives in his own world, right? So like, there's no pressure in his world because he can literally choke, get smoked or whatever, and he still feels like he won. He's one of those guys that has his own language, his own world, you know? So if he's up there saying A Ward didn't apply no pressure, that's just because he's just so delusional to the point to where he knows it's just on to the next one. All he's got to do is just jump on an angry fan blog or something and just talk crazy or whatever. And people are gonna, you know, he's the mascot, bro. I said it in the rounds. I'm like, yo, we all play different positions, but Gwitty is the mascot, you know?
My God, man. So do you feel in his heart of hearts, without fronting on the camera, do you feel he feels he won that battle?
I don't know what his heart of hearts is like, you know. I mean, I can't imagine, you know, I can't, because like no matter what, 3 in any battles that you've ever thought I lost that I thought I won,
right?
I'll be able to go back to the paper and say, this is how I said this. This is how it attacked. This is the angle. This is crazy. Like, you know, this is a fire punchline. Boom, 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 right?
That's true.
Like he can't do that. He can't go back and say, read this with me, 3. You're gonna be like, I see what you were doing there, but you know,
the album. What happened? The album.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, yo, we gas up these guys, man. We gas up these guys, and you remember Tiger Ty, bro. Like you remember Tiger Ty. Now, mind you, Gwitty raps better than Tiger Ty. He does, but Tiger Ty was entertaining. I loved watching Tiger Ty, the Tiger Swipe. But come on, did he ever beat anybody? You know what I mean?
No,
like on paper, no.
He did not. No.
And Gwitty's the same way. Gwitty literally told me a line where he said that he sold chimps, hands, and Z's. That's how he said it. I sold Chimps, Pans, and Z's or something like that. I'm like, this makes no sense. This is how you rap. You can't say a bar like that. I don't care if I don't understand the lingo of where you live, and maybe there's some pills called Chimps. I know Zans and or whatever. I don't care, but you can't say it like that. This is not good. This is not good rap. This is not how it works. And that's all 3 rounds. What his all 3 rounds are littered with is material like that.
Did you like the Caitlin Clark line? Your sport.
The Caitlin Clark line. Yeah, I did. I did like the Caitlin Clark reference. You know what I mean? I had a rebuttal for it, but it was too vague. Yeah. I was gonna do a bar. I had a bar in my head. It was just way too vague. I was gonna do something with a gun or whatever, and say you picked the wrong Iowa city. This one aims different, or something like that. You in the wrong Iowa state. This one aims different. You know. So I was gonna go Iowa State with Ames, Iowa, but I didn't know. A lot of people don't really know Ames, Iowa. But I had that initially in my head. But I was like, it's too vague of a sports bar. But I did like the Caitlin Clark reference, the white girl. Yeah, that was a good reference that he had there. It's just almost everything, especially being a sports bar king. It's like I appreciate the reference. Let me show you how it could have been better.
If you had to make a round that he had debatable, what round would it be?
Yeah, this 3rd round was the only one that was like actually, had some stuff in it. If I remember correctly, that's when he was just going through the Bible, I think, talking about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So like one thing about Gwitty is he doesn't really like angle you or do a whole lot. He just raps like Gwitty raps. So he kind of got out of his box and started doing some biblical references and different things. I haven't watched it back, but I would say his, since that was widely considered to be his best round from the crowd, I'd say that's the closest round. But there's not really a debatable round when you just look at technique, writing, performance, material, freestyling, all of that kind of stuff. It's just there's not a close round.
What's the reception that you got after the battle as you left the
Oh
stage?
yeah, I mean, everybody loved it. Everybody had a good time, man. It was unfortunate. I say unfortunate. J That Guy and T Top just had a really, really good battle. The crowd was really engaged and hype. And that came right after Bad News and Dot. They just had like a really good battle. And so they called us to the stage, and I'm like, yeah, this crowd is into it. They just saw 2 really, really good battles, two good 3-round battles. It's our turn to go. And then Yo Bull Peanut pops up because he had gotten his flight delayed or something like that. And he walks in, and we're already at the stage. I'm already drinking my water, my people behind me. And then they're like, all right, since Yo Bull's here now, we're going to go ahead and do their battle. Well, he was doing like a 1-rounder against a guy from KC, and they were like on the bottom of the card, So they stop and they do that battle, and Yo Bull's just choking. He's terrible. The guy from KC is trying to do his thing, but what level of battle rap he's on. Shout out to CJ Moody. Like I rock with CJ heavy. I don't want to discredit him or whatever.
Right.
But it seemed like it kind of took some of it out of the crowd because the crowd was already up there, hype, ready for the main event, and they did like a 15-20 minute 1-rounder of just Yo Bull choking and stuff. And so then we had to come back and finish the night off, and that's what I was talking about was like with Gwitty. I told him throughout the night because he was looking mad sleepy. I seen him a couple times. I didn't know if he was sleepy, if he was, I don't know. I don't judge whatever you got to do pregame. And he's like, nah, Ward, this is how I am. This is what I do to get ready. I'm like, all right, man, because you're going to need to get that energy up. Like you're going to need to get that energy up.
You're telling him this before
the battle? I'm telling him that. Yeah, I'm telling him that before the battle. He's over there falling asleep at the table.
Oh, my gosh, man. Wow.
So,
all right. So when does this battle drop?
Man, it'll probably drop, I'd say probably within the month. Okay. I wouldn't be mad if Jay wanted to drop him and T-Top first. That's a better battle. It's a better back and forth. Dot and Bad News was probably battle of the night. You know what I mean? Because those are more competitive. But I mean, I would think Jay might drop him and T-Top first, maybe, and then go me and Gwitty. So I would think it would drop within a month.
What was the main event? What was the main event?
Me and Gwitty was the main event. T-Top, J That Guy, Dot Bad News. Y'all are gonna see, man, Marasha, man, she's back. Marasha's she's back. She got crazy. Her and J Love was a really good battle. Okay. I didn't get to see Yogi and 58 Names. I didn't get to see that battle. And then I saw a couple of the undercards. But for the most part, like everything ran smoothly. Avocado and Clayton were there. Would ruin your day. You know, I didn't get too many complaints from the pay-per-view. I heard it was pretty good.
Mhm.
So you know, there's a lot of battles on there. I think there's probably 10 total battles on there. So like, I think it's $25, something like that. It's definitely worth the purchase. And yeah, the reception was great. Everybody was, it's interesting when you go to like a local event that has guys that are professionals on it.
Right.
A lot of times you can tell, like you can say like this is professional. You can see the levels very, very well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think that's good for a lot of local leagues to see at times. You know, when you get guys, like T Top, like myself, like Bad News, Dot, and you bring them out to local leagues where guys are aspiring to be in positions to get, plates and battle on higher levels. It's
Mhm.
like to be able to show those levels and say, yo, this is what real battle rap looks like,
Mhm.
And I say real in quotes, because it is grassroots. We all got it from the mud. I'm not trying to discredit any small local leagues or whatever, but this is what you want to end up doing. This is how you want to entertain. T Top's charisma is just overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just things he does when he's rapping that is just kind of like, wow,
The
you can
cadence,
see
the
it first.
flow, the scratching of the head. He does so.
Hmm.
He
The
does
scratching of the head, yeah.
all
And
that, man.
so, and my guy Jay, man, Jay put on. Jay ran the event, through the event and battled on the event. He found out what it was like to be the guy walking around telling everybody put their cell phones down, stop screaming. Checking the door, then going
Yeah.
over here, then coming over here, and then having to battle 3 rounds. So it was good for him though.
You and Bonnie, what we doing here, man? Brotherly sister
Yeah,
crime. What's going here, man? What's going
yeah,
on?
yeah. Gotta be. I'm still irritated though because I told I told Debo last time I battled K Profit that I'm not battling on Queen of the Ring again unless it's in the wrestling ring. And he told me this is not in the wrestling ring, so I'm irritated. Um, but yeah, Bonnie is one of the I think you would consider her. I do top 5 female battle rappers probably of all time. As far as like if you're encompassing the entire, what you've done for battle rap, putting on battle rap, brand, talent, and everything. I think she's a top 5 battle rapper of all time from the female standpoint. So, to go K Profit, who I think is very, very talented. I don't even want to call her up and comer, but kind of underrated. Then to go to Vixen, who was kind of um the new thing out. You know what I mean? Like Vixen was kind of like what's hot now, and then now I get to battle, Bonnie, who is an established legend in female battle rap, and that's dope to me. Um, Getting back on Queen of the Ring, coming back to New York City, I always love performing out there. So yeah, it should be a good one, man.
Last question about the Bonnie situation. Do you feel what hurts Bonnie because of the ghostwriter allegations, where some people might give you pushback on the top 5 of all time talk?
I could see that. I could see that. That it's taboo. I would just say keep the same consistency with battle rappers that are men that
Yes.
are still in bars and doing different things because
Okay.
I see these guys
Okay.
all the time. You know what I mean? In top 5s and everything after taking bars and after doing this. You know what I mean? So it's like
Okay.
um
Okay.
yeah
Mm.
um and to all you people that are the haters, like I mean, I get it. Like that's the taboo thing to do. That I'm
Mm.
not giving her no pass in regards to whatever that situation is.
Mm.
But like, don't stay fixated on one situation when all of that kind of stuff is going around in front of you all over the place. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
A lot of people conversating about you and URL. I think you've been very vocal. I know you came on my show last year, spoke about it. I know you went on Hip Hop is Real and spoke about it. You spoke about it on Twitter also. Tay Rocks even said that he would take the battle, right? So where you guys at right now with this URL talk?
we're still not anywhere really. Every time I go to battle events and I see the guys from URL, the top guys, they all want to battle me. They say they say, hey, I can get this done. I'm gonna talk to Beasley. I'll hit you up. You know what I mean? That's basically how it goes. I mean, even T Top, we just talked this last weekend in KC. He's like, yo, he asked me like, what's your situation with him? I'm like, we don't really talk. You know what I mean? Like that's not, that's not a bridge of communication there right now. And it's like, yo, I want the battle. I want to battle you. Boom, boom, boom. let's see, I'll see what we can do, So I just kind of sit back and wait. I'm not like chasing. I'm
Right.
not chasing like URL battles or anything like that.
Right.
And I really don't know what they're doing right now. That's the big thing too. It's like, there seems like a couple years ago when they had their caffeine deal in order, you could kind of see the vision for what they got going on. You could see, oh, here's the Ultimate Madness. Oh, here's a caffeine event. Oh, you're doing one of these, what they used to call them super fights. They're doing one a month. They're doing this. They got an app joint here. Boom,
Right.
everything was running accordingly.
Right.
Now when I look up, I feel like they're just kind of like throwing stuff at a wall and hoping it sticks, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't want to just be a part of some random event, that was just, you know what I mean? Like I'd like, I'd like to come over there with like a good, a storyline, a good battle, a good event and promote it correctly.
Mm. So to the people that say why the change of heart, you say what?
There's no change of heart because I'm still not signing an exclusivity contract.
Okay, got
So
you,
it's
got you.
just me being more vocal about being able to work with them, whether it's a battle or two battles or three battle deal or something to that extent. But I'm not signing, any kind of contracts that says for 2 or 3 years, no guarantees. So that's always stayed the same, and it is still the same. I'm just letting you know, like here's these guys: Tay Rock, T Top, Av. There's other guys, Twerk.
Hollow told me the same thing on my show. It
Hollow.
wasn't about you. He told me that
They
it
would
wasn't about
all battle me, and they would all battle me on that platform, and they wouldn't even look at it as a nah. You got to do something else first. That's what it used to always be.
Wait a minute. URL. Let's do this, man. URL. Let's be honest. A what we talking about? A fucking Ward. All right. This man don't need no warm up, tune up battle. Are you kidding me, dog? Fam. He battled Geechee Gotti, Rub Nitty. He battled the big dogs. I mean, come on. We're not doing that, man. Throw him in there with the Lions and let's get it cracking. Let's just get it
Yep.
cracking. Get it
Yep.
cracking. Give him Tay-Rock, give him T-Top, give him Hollow. The coach is not going to say, oh, no, Ward doesn't deserve. We're not going to get mad, URL. We are not going to get mad. We would applaud it. We'll watch it and applaud it. Yes, let's get these battles on the cracking. Are you surprised they have not reached out to you since you've been vocal about it?
No, I think that, man, I don't want to get too messy.
Okay, don't get messy. Look, I don't mess anything. Don't mess anything up.
No, you good. I just think that I have said at one time, I think I publicly said at one time a certain amount that I would like to have, and I think they believe that at this point in time in how they're booking battles, that's probably far-fetched for them to even start that communication. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
And so I don't want to say I'm like pricing myself out of their range or anything like that, because it's not even more than I've ever been paid for a battle. It wouldn't make it my biggest paid battle ever. It wouldn't even make it top 3. But like I said, I just don't understand the vision of what they got going on right now. So I can only lead me to believe that one, either they're just like they just sit back and let us all blog on it, and they're like, yo, it's never gonna happen. We don't rock with you, we don't want you, and they just never said that. But I did speak with Beasley after the Verb battle at the King of Diamonds. It's a King of Diamonds. It's a church, somewhere down there in Atlanta. Anyways, but don't Google it. Anyway, I spoke with Beasley, and I just shook his hand and told him like, appreciate y'all, respect everything you guys are doing, whatever. And he basically said, yo, you did great last night with Verb. Like you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Congratulations on taking advantage of that. So it was a cordial, back and forth. Like, he appreciated me, gave me encouragement. So I don't think that there's any ill will there. I just don't know business wise if there's something that they want to do or not.
Yeah, all right. Well, let me ask you this. I'm surprised, or you let me know. Did UW reach out to you for their card?
I talked to Arsenal about doing that whenever we were in Canada.
Right.
I don't think they had everything set in stone at the time, like what all they were doing or whatever.
Right.
But then I went ahead and took the Bonnie battle, and the Bonnie battle announcement actually got announced before they started announcing the UW joints. So I don't know if Ars, saw that I was taking the Bonnie battle because it's on the same day, or not. But I would have definitely been open to do it, and I'm sure he would have reached out. We have a good friendship as well, me and Ars. So hopefully, if they keep doing events in the future, then I'll end up on a UW event. That'll be dope.
How many battles this year you think you're gonna have? Are you gonna stick to the same format? Or are you slowing down a little bit? Or are you just gonna play by air?
Oh no.
Are you how many battles are you booked for right now?
So I've already had one, and I have 4 other booked.
This man's schedule is crazy.
So most of them are announced. So you got Bonnie. I'm battling 100 Bullets at this it's a arts festival in Canada. So I'm battling 100 Bullets out there. It's a big, like, 2-week long National Arts Center throws a hip hop festival, and they're doing battle rap on one of the days. So shout out to Sharon. He put together like a little small 3 or 4 battle card to kind of show battle rap to like this huge hip hop festival. So that's really dope. I'm battling Bullets on that. You got me and Loso versus Mac and Clean.
Loso spoke about that to me a couple of days ago. Okay, I like that.
Yep.
One round battle, right?
Yep, 1 round battle. Yep. Right. In Pontiac, so that'll be fun, interesting. Ill Will be on the card too, so the Pontiac should be packed, cracking. You know what I mean? And then I'm thinking I might have a battle being released tonight, an announcement that's being released tonight. I'm not sure. I could be the second announcement. Could be the second announcement or third announcement, but I think that I might be getting announced tonight for a battle. So that'll be exciting too. I think it'll be a battle that y'all be like, okay, I can rock with this.
Do you foresee yourself being on RB this year?
Yeah, I text what I normally do at the beginning of the year is I always text like RBE Chrome, King of the Dot, different people, and say, hey, do you guys have any dates, in the first quarter of this year? Like, what's going on? Do you have any prospective dates? Like, I'd rather set them aside, and take the battles on y'all's platforms, because I get hit up. I could battle every week if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I get hit up so much from other leagues.
Right.
And so, I reached out to ARP. ARP said, at this point, he's working kind of behind the scenes, but that if I do kind of want to do one of those full circle one-offs that he did, like with Verb and Mickey, so I told him, I was like, huh?
You want to do one? You want to do one of those?
Yeah, I want to do one of those. Yeah, and so I just told him, I was like, yo, if you got one of these one-offs, something like that popping up, like, let me know. So you might see me on one of those this year. I text Remy, of course, and let her know. I really love Chrome. I really do. And so hopefully you'll see me on Chrome, RBE, King of the Dot. UW if they keep that up. I don't know if GTX is going to keep going or what. I assume so. So I try to touch all of those same stages this year. I'll probably try to make sure I got 6 or 7 big stage battles and 6 or 7, small league battles.
If you had a vote, who would you vote for, Cody?
Me.
Besides yourself, sir. Who would you pick?
Beside myself, it's probably going to be it's probably going to be Twerk.
Over Big K?
Twerk or Big K. Yep. One of those two. And I wouldn't be mad. For some reason, I have to go back. I'm not really good. I'm not one of those like super, like, pay attention to everybody, know all their battles and know everything they did. Right. And sometimes when I go back and like list them, I'm like, oh, okay, dang, I didn't realize Tay Rock had this kind of year. You know what I mean? Or, Chef Trez had this kind of year. Right. I know that Chef Trez had 2 of my favorite battles of the year with the Swamp battle and the Twerk battle. Yes. Those were 2 high on my list. Twerk's just been putting in so much work. He's battled the top of the tops. He's done, like I said, great battles with Chef Trez. Big K is kind of like I felt like he would have won it clearly if that jazz battle would have been even like a really good battle. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it was just, it's hard because we're all prisoners of the moment, and we all take the last quarter of the year more serious than we do the first 3. And it's hard, just from the visual aspect. It's kind of feel like when somebody else is like, it's like when somebody's gassed, in a 4x4 or something like that. In that last leg, you see somebody, catching up, and it's like, yo, like they might have got you, Yeah. So, but I definitely wouldn't be mad if Big K won it, Twerk won it, Tay Rock won it, Chef Trez. Those guys are just incredible. They've had incredible years, and that's just the whole Cody thing. It's really just, it's trying to solve a math problem that has no answer.
Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
it really is. It's trying to solve a math problem that has no answer, and then it's trying to like come up with the answer and say this is why this should be the answer, even though I know it's not, because it's impossible to look at a resume with 4 battles against a resume with 20 battles, and a resume that only battles on this circuit and this circuit, and there's 1-rounders and here's 2-rounders, and here's this word we use called impact or moments, when impact and moments only really occur on the main stages. So like it's very difficult to have an impact or moment if you're not getting the battles that are the big battles. So it's all so skewed, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, you're looking at a guy like, I mean, a few years ago when I thought I should have won it, I battled like 18 times. And then you got, an Eazy or a Surf at the time that's battled 4 times and they finish ahead of me. And it's like, there's no reason to be, there's no way you can really quantify that. So it's kind of like I said, it's a math problem with no answer where we're trying to get down to an answer to say, like, if there was an answer, this would be the best one.
What's the percentage chance that you and Eazy happen this year?
It is I'd say about 20% chance. I never rule out anything ever,
Okay.
But he needs a win, and I'm not the guy to battle.
So
He does.
okay, you're saying he lost to Geechee, you're saying, right?
Yeah, he lost to John.
I had John winning also.
Yeah. And before the Geechee battle, he battled Reed and Disaster, right?
Yeah.
So I will say that I had him winning those battles. But I'll also say that his battle with Hitman, he was really good. Incredible. That's only one battle that he was incredible in. I didn't think he was incredible against Disaster or Reed or Geechee or John. So it's like,
I thought he was dope against John. I thought he was dope against.
You thought he was dope?
I thought his second best work after the Eazy battle was the John work. I thought
after the Hitman battle, right?
After the Hitman battle,
yeah.
The John. Right.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I would rank it like that. I would rank it as Hitman, John. But I'm just saying, like he needs a win because he's kind of on this slope of like, he got crazy at the first of the year with Hitman on top of the world, and then now he's kind of being humbled, So I don't know if he's, like I said, I've always said this about Eazy, and it's not a diss. I promise it's not a diss. He's an opportunist. He's not a competitor. He's an opportunist, right? He picks the guys. He picks the battles, because he can, because he's positioned himself, right? But he picks the battles, that are good opportunities for him, regardless of win or loss. So you might see him against an Arsenal or a Suge or something like that next. That's what I would believe. I would be very surprised if you saw him battle like a Nitty or a Me or somebody on the level of like, yo, you could get smoked. You know what I mean? And so we'll see though.
So you're confident you could be Eazy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if John Denon could be Eazy, I could be Eazy.
Hey, what are we talking about? Wait a minute. You said if John hears that, is that an insult to John?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Wow. I ain't gonna lie though. I would like to see you in Eazy battle though. For some reason, I just want to see what both of you would say to each other in a setting and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think he needs to come out of the trenches, or you think Chrome, or you think trenches, or you think somewhere else?
I want him out of the trenches.
Yeah.
I told Eunice I want him out of Martinis and I want Eazy out of
hilarious.
Yeah, I told Eunice. Eunice is my guy. I need Eunice to get up out of Maryland, battle in the DMV area.
Bro, it's a drug, bro. I mean, I battled in KC, right? Those weren't my 3 best rounds, ever, But you get reactions like they are, and it's like I don't ever want to be content thinking I could write like I just did for Gwitty anywhere. You know what I mean? Because those 3 rounds I wrote for Gwitty were good. They were, I mean, like I said, I knew I was going to beat him, but like in KC, they were loving it. Bro, you got crazy. You went crazy. I'm like, no, I went crazy against Real Sick. I went crazy, against Vixen. I went crazy against Verb. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much better knowing that when you're on the road, like I'm on going crazy. than when you're in a place where all your people's around going crazy for you. That's just, it's a drug. It makes you think you're better than you are. So that's why I'm glad I haven't battled at home so much, you know?
Well, as you're the rapper, do you want to see Eazy battle out of the tri-state area, out of the Jersey, Philadelphia, New York area?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him in a you know, I think he'll write better. I think he'll take it a little bit more serious, you know, like when he battled Chess, which is probably his greatest battle of all time. You know, he was battling Chess. I think they were in Houston, right? Were they in Houston?
I believe that was Houston, yes.
Yeah, you know, and it's just like, man, that's the best Eazy we've seen. When he battled Hitman, you know, even though he was in New York City, it was against Holla. It was a challenge, you know. You know what? You know, when he battled Reed, when he battled John, it's kind of like that material to me. I mean, I guess I did like one of his rounds against John. The second round, I liked the second round a whole lot. I thought that was a very fire round. But I just thought, man, you're way better than this. So I don't know what he needs to push him to be where he was at when he was battling the Chesses and the Hitmans. Because it's not like, you know, people get on to me, they're like, Ward, you're battling too much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you were crazy against here, but then you were against here. This man battles five times a year. You know what I mean? He's not battling too much. You know? So it's like, it's got to be something else that has to, like, you know, to motivate him to get back to that level of writing and performance.
Well, I think he's not forced, but I think he's battled all the old guys. He's battled the Verbs. He's battled the Rexes of the world. And I think now it's you. Now it's Nitty. Now it's a rematch with Twerk. I don't know where him and Tay Rock stand at. Like, those are the battles. I think Charlie. I'm not big on him and Charlie Clips, respectfully. I'm not big on him and Clips at all. I'm just not, respectfully.
It's hard to battle those guys, 3. It's hard to battle those guys because guys like Clips, you know, they're already set. They're already. Rarely do they come into a battle with something to prove. You know what I mean? They're kind of going to come in and give you exactly what they do. You know, and when you're battling guys like that, and you kind of know what they're going to approach the battle with, it's hard to kind of motivate yourself because I feel like I'm better than all of those guys. You know what I mean? And it's like, guess who I need to feel? Guess who I need to prove to you that I'm better than right now? That I feel like I'm actually competing with. That's Nitty. That's Av. That's you know, Tay Rock at times. Who's still, you know what I mean? There's just guys that are just constantly incredible right now that I'm sitting around like, oh, if I had to battle them, like, yeah, even a real sick, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, like, you're sick at the fire battle, man. Good Lord, that's a dope battle, man. You were sick, man. And even Big K, I thought Big K, respectfully, when I say this to you, Ward, I thought Big K's best material was against you.
Yeah.
That's a credit to you also. It was a grudge match.
Big K's best material this year was against me. Real Sick's best material this year was against me. A-Verb's best material this year was against me. Like,
that's true. That's facts. You my guy, but you talking some real shit right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're absolutely right.
And that's what I say. Like, I think those guys know. Like, those guys, when they battle guys like when a Real Sick battles a Disaster, or a Big K even battles a T-Rex, or a Verb battles Miss Hustle or something. I don't want to say Miss Hustle. I think they know, like, when they battle me, they're battling somebody who is gonna try to be the best in the world at that time. So they have to up their stuff, you know? Whereas when they're battling some of these other guys that are just been around, already established names, there's like, I know what I'm gonna get, you know? So when you're battling me, you know, like, it makes you, you know, step up.
Wow. All right, my brother. Listen, man. I'm paying attention what you do in 2024. You and Gwitty, I need to watch that again. I need to watch that battle.
Did you watch it yet at all?
I watched a little bit of it. I watch a little bit. I want to watch it though. I know Gwitty's gonna feel some type of way. You guys didn't watch the battle. You little A1 with Gwitty. People have spoken respectfully, Gwitty. Respectfully, okay. So, you know, Warren, I appreciate you as always, brother.
Hey, man, God is good. Chiefs 28, Ravens 17.
Say it again. 28-17.
28-17. Write it down.
I got you, my brother. I appreciate you as always.
My God.
Shout out to my brother A.